So hi, I'm Rachel Dunn. I'm the business owner of Vibrant Life Centre in Braunton. I'm a chiropractor and I'm a mum, and I'm totally obsessed with nutrition for my family and for our practice members, which is why I'm sharing this with you today. So as a chiropractor, I understand that our health comes from within. It comes from the inside out. We can change the state of our health. We don't have to be victims of disease. We don't have to be victims of germs or of our genes. We can take responsibility and have control of our health. So today I wanted to introduce you to your gut health, which is absolutely vital to your overall experience of your body and your future health. So I'm just going to talk about what is the gut, how does it get out of balance, what that means for us, and what we can do about it. So I've come to the understanding that in order to decide what is good for our health and what is bad, that we actually need to look at our ancestors. Modern life has changed so much for humans in the last 100 years, 50 years, even 10 years. And as modern life has changed, rates of disease in humans have increased. So despite the massive amount of money that is spent on research into disease and coming up with the magic drugs, we're actually getting sicker and sicker. So don't get me wrong, there are loads of things about being a modern human being that I think are wonderful, that I love. But there are also many things about being a modern human being that cause stress and adaptation in our bodies, and that over time they actually lead us to being out of balance and becoming unhealthy. So in terms of our gut, modern humans actually consume and have a tiny fraction of the gut microflora, so the good bacteria, as our hunter-gatherer ancestors, and many health challenges that are now being traced to the gut. So it's important for us to understand that many of the small things that we do each day can have a gradual detrimental effect on our health over time. So what is the gut? What is our microbiome? And what is the gut lining? So if you consider that your gut actually runs from your mouth to your anus, it's a continual tube, and it's actually in contact with the outside world all of the time. So as we put things from the outside in, that's the barrier to the inside of our bodies. So it should absorb the nutrients and eliminate the waste. So often when people think of the gut, they only think of the colon or the large intestine, but actually the small intestine is very important too, and it makes up more than 50% of the entire gut. The small intestine absorbs more than 90% of our calories and nutrients, and it has the greatest density of immune cells throughout our whole body. So there should be around 100 trillion bacteria in our small intestine, or in our gut, I should say, and over 400 different species of different bacteria. This 100 trillion cells, 100 trillion bacteria is 10 times more than the entire number of cells that make up your whole body. So why would that be significant for us? Our gut flora actually control more than 80% of our immune system, and that's certainly a hot topic at the moment. Our gut flora are essential for the normal absorption of nutrients. It helps to protect us from infection. As I said, it forms a large part of our immune system. It regulates our metabolism and also contributes to normal hormonal function. So for instance, much of our happy hormone, serotonin, is actually originating in the gut. So disruption of the gut flora or the microbiome can end in a body that is quite out of balance. This doesn't usually happen with one event, but it's the small choices that we make every day that gradually increase our health or perhaps decrease our health. So unfortunately for modern human beings, there are a number of things that stress our gut bacteria. So making choices like eating a diet that is high in sugar, in processed foods, consuming alcohol, not consuming enough fiber, using antibiotics and overall stress levels all contribute to degrading the condition of the gut flora. So what about our gut wall? Like I just said, the gut is actually this continual tube. And the gut wall is the barrier between the outside world and the inside of your body. And the same things that affect your gut microbiome can also compromise the integrity of the gut wall as well. And so it's the same thing. So the foods that are high in sugar, alcohol, antibiotics, stress, not consuming enough fiber, all of these things actually can contribute to compromising the gut wall itself and its effectiveness in being a barrier between your body and the outside world. So what can we do about it? I mean, the great thing is that we're in control of what goes into and onto our bodies. And we can change the state of our gut health, and we can change the state of our overall health. So the things that we need to be thinking about on a daily basis are eating whole foods, eating plant foods. So we think that hunter-gatherers consumed about 3,000 calories a day because they were so active, they needed that energy. 66% of those calories came from plants. That's a lot of vegetables, and a lot of it was leaves. That's a huge amount of fiber. So we actually need to have a highly plant-based diet and consume a lot of plant-based fiber. That fiber actually feeds the good bacteria, so it helps the good bacteria growth within our gut. We need to exercise regularly. So our daily exercise, especially that we're taking at the moment, is not only important for kind of our muscle health and our body movement and our heart health, but it's really important for our mental health, and it's important for our gut health as well. Another thing that we need to think about is getting into our parasympathetic mode. So our sympathetic nervous system mode is also known as fight or flight. The parasympathetic mode can be known as rest and digest. So we want to get into that mode so that our body can assimilate those nutrients and digest our food effectively. And the way that we can do that is through things like yoga, meditation, using brain tap, or even simple deep breathing, making sure that you're getting enough good sleep. The next thing on the list is to eat fermented food. Now, anybody that knows me that well knows I am a kimchi fan. Like, I make stacks of kimchi and eat it every day. You could also be eating sauerkraut. You could be fermenting tea like kombucha or jun. There's many things that you can do to look into fermenting foods, and I can help you with that if you like. Eating fiber, which I've mentioned already, and also adding a daily probiotic. So I think modern human beings are so exposed to stresses of the gut that actually taking a probiotic every day is a sensible idea for all of us. So many of you now have tried our Digestion Plus, and that's why we offer it to you to try, because your gut health is so important for your overall health and your immune health. So if you'd like to know more about that, then please let me know. And if you want to know more about the full 30-day nutrition program, all of this is covered in that, along with much, much more about eating an alkaline diet, an anti-inflammatory diet, about balancing your blood sugar, making sure that you're getting good hydration, and learning, most importantly, learning how to make these foods that are highly plant-based, high in fiber, eating good fats and good sources of protein too. So I am Rachel Dunn. Thank you so much for listening to me. Please comment below if you would like me to get in touch and give you any more information, and we'll look forward to seeing you all very soon.